Hi everybody, I'm Sharma Shields. I'm the author of the novel The Sasquatch Hunter's Almanac. I'm here in the woods just outside of Spokane, Washington, my hometown and where I live now. This is called the Stevens Creek Trail. It's just a few minutes from my house on the South Hill. And it's very snowy out here, and I'm a little nervous about walking back down the hill. It was pretty easy to get up here, but it's going to be a pretty slippery slope on the way down. Regardless, I'm really happy to be here and be chatting with you about how this beautiful environment inspired so much of my book, which is about family and also about Sasquatch. I thought I'd talk a little bit about how the setting inspired me. I grew up in Spokane, as I said. I grew up in a green farmhouse on the South Hill, not far from where I live now. Over the years, while I was at the farmhouse, my parents bought up the surrounding land, and it had pasture land that was wonderful for our sheep. We raised sheep there. I grew up eating lamb, which is kind of unusual. And we also had a forest that looked much like this one, maybe a little more sparse than this. And I spent most of my days playing out there, and that was a really special environment for me to grow up in. The forest was filled with anthills, there were hawks overhead and owls, and at night I would lie in bed and listen to the shrieking coyotes, which sounded very much like a young girl screaming, and was just so terrifying and cool to me at that age. I loved, after school, going out into the woods and pretending I was Artemis, because I was a giant Greek myth nerd as a kid. And so I would be out there fighting manticores and Nemean lions and whatever else from Greek mythology. And I just always felt that when I disappeared into those trees that I was completely alone and I could imagine whatever I wanted in a way that I never felt when I was indoors. And I think that has been such a big influence for how imaginatively I consider my work and my writing. I really feel that getting outdoors allows our imagination to really crack open the fullest. I still try to get out into the woods most days. I try to hike. I'm lucky enough to live close to all sorts of hiking trails, some are even within walking distance from my house. And I try to get my young children out in the woods every day as well. I love watching firsthand how playing outdoors really flips the same switch for them that it flipped for me when I was their age. Rocks become dragon bones, sticks become magic wands, and it's just so much fun to see their entire relationship with the world transform when they're outside. The natural world here in the inland Northwest to me is so mysterious and light dappled. It's serene and dangerous, and it really influenced me and influences me every day with my writing still. And you can see a lot of this landscape in my work.